One Radio. Hey everybody, welcome to Rad One Radio. Today I have a great guest with me. She is an Emmy Award-winning actress and has starred in The Young and the Restless, The Bold and the Beautiful. She was on Days of Our Lives, and she's just an amazing person all around. I am talking about Tracey Bregman. How are you, Tracey?
I am doing great. How are you? Thanks for having me back.
Hey, I'm so psyched that you came back because I always love talking to you. So,
well, I guess I didn't suck so badly on the first one you let me come back.
No, I probably did because, I was kind of new at this, but...
No, you were great.
Oh, thank you. So you were just up in Canada recently.
I was. I've been doing a lot of traveling for work, and I was up in Canada for the Shopping Channel, and celebrating my third year on that channel and my collection.
Yeah, your collection is amazing. Now, this stuff is beautiful for anybody who hasn't seen it. And this is all, you designed it all yourself, right?
Right. In fact, this time I brought raw gems, which I've been wanting to bring for 2 years. And that's what's so great about working with them is, I saw something 2 years ago. I've been working on that specific collection for 2 years. I designed 5 of them, usually 4 to 5 per year. And it's just been so much fun. And I'm also in the middle of getting my GIA accreditation, which is the Gemology Institute. In fact, I was on the plane yesterday and this morning doing my homework.
That's amazing. I actually did a lot of reading up on that kind of stuff years ago. Now, are you into the sort of other kind of properties of the stones? You know what I mean? Always.
If you see me sell, I always talk about the spiritual properties of it and the meanings behind it. But now I'm learning the scientific reasons as to why a stone is a ruby or a sapphire or a conundrum or what the scientific elements are that come together that make it a certain color or what it is. So it's a lot of fun. I'm learning everything about it.
It's very fascinating. And I know your favorite stone is labradorite, which is also one of mine.
It's one of them. Yeah, it's one of them. It's hard to even say I have an actual favorite because even after 3 years and all these collections, I just get so excited every time I start to design. I put the finishing touches on my June show a couple weeks ago. So for people in Canada, I hope you look forward to an equestrian flavor and element this time.
That's right. You got a new horse, right?
I did 6 months ago. I went back to riding over a year ago, and then of course I said I'm not getting a horse. Not getting a horse, no interest in getting a horse. I got a horse.
It's a beautiful horse. I've seen the pictures, and you and Beth.
He's my baby.
You and Beth Maitland ride together.
Well, we don't ride together because her Frisians are at her house and mine's all the way at mine. We used to ride together when I first started the show, and we were youngsters. We would ride. We were part of this big riding group called the Prairie Dogs. She started it, and then she was nice enough to let me join. And we used to go riding with this group every weekend. It was so much fun. Just Western. As a child, I was a jumper. I was always trained English. And then a year ago, went back to dressage.
You're just a woman of so many talents. I just wonder how you're able to fit it all in with only 24 hours in every day.
I have a lot of stuff that I have to do. Plus, I'm the Conscious Living editor for a new magazine called 90265. So every month I'm writing an article on what I'm passionate about and interviewing and taking pictures and doing stuff like that. And I just have a lot of passions. I'm a typical Gemini. I like to do a lot of different things. I'm so grateful for The Young and the Restless that, I love my job. I love going to work every day. And I love the ability to do all these other things as well that bring me joy.
That's the great thing. Now, speaking of The Young and the Restless, I think the writing for Lauren lately has been phenomenal, and so has your acting. Have you noticed a difference with the new writers? Because I have.
We've just been having, a lot of fun. I am so grateful that Jill and Josh and now Jean and Shelley, gave Michael and Lauren this storyline, the unfaithful storyline. It's what a lot of people were afraid to do with their characters. And they blazed on because they knew that the true story was the fight to get us back. And it was such a deep, wonderful, emotional, rich, fun storyline to play.
I love how it's kind of evolved. It wasn't just an arc that ended. It's morphed and changed, and it's kind of a Bill Bell thing that they brought back, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And, we have Angelica McDaniel, who's our head of CBS Daytime, who has such a passion for daytime and a true passion for our soaps on CBS and Young and Restless. So, we have a lot of support, the Sony support with Steve Kent, and everybody who's involved. We have such a great, tight group right now. It's really wonderful.
Yeah, I've heard that from everybody. And she's great. I mean, she'll interact with people on Twitter, and she's really, you can tell she's really
very accessible and wonderful.
Exactly. So are you. Actually.
Very sweet. Thank you.
Now, I saw actually on Facebook when you posted a picture of your new line, and someone else asked about a men's line, because I've asked you about that before. Is that something in the works?
Right. I have really wanted to do it. In fact, I talked to the head of the shopping channel about maybe doing some pieces that would work for both men and women. So I'm really, really trying to get that into my line. That's
great. Yeah, because I would definitely wear it. Now, was that Buddha barking in the background?
Yes, that was Buddha. The minute Ella starts, we won't be able to hear each other.
Yeah, my cat sometimes likes to come in and knock things around, so if you hear any of that.
Someone must be coming up the driveway or something.
Now speaking...
What is it?
Oh.
Come on, stop it, you silly. Stop.
That's what's great about this. I can edit that out. So
right, excellent.
So now, when you talked about the magazine that you're editor for Conscious Living, which used to be your blog, but now it's a part of another magazine.
Exactly. I kind of segued into just doing the magazine monthly, because then I could put all my efforts into one big article. And with everything that I have going on during the week, it was very hard for me to stay on top of this blog. And I really want to have important content. So the 90265 magazine is not only on the web, but it's a hard print as well.
Oh, that's great. Now, what's the website?
It's 90265magazine.com.
Great. I'll post it on the site. So now I remember I listened back to the last time we talked, and I kept bothering you about the chicken pictures. And then I saw the cover of this magazine, and there you are holding the chicken on the cover, because you had told me that you were going to have one taken for me, and I couldn't believe it.
Well, what I also, for April for 90265, did an entire article on backyard chickens and having them. And there's pictures of my chickens and and that picture, which I happen to really like.
I love it. The both of them. The one on the cover, and then there's the other one with you holding Judy. That's your chicken, right, Judy? You know what?
I did those pictures at my friend's house. Those are my friend's chickens.
Oh, wow.
So my article of backyard chickens, you can actually see my chickens. I just lost Judy and Loretta.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I'm down to 8 chickens now.
Wow. Are they laying eggs finally?
Yes. As 2 days ago, all 8 of them decided to finally lay. So I had a bountiful crop.
That's good, because I remember you were saying you're having trouble with that before, and you said, I want to get my girls to lay.
I was like, what the heck is wrong with you girls? You have everything, I'm very particular. It's all organic, non-GMO, soy-free, everything. I have all these worms shipped in, which, let me tell you something, not my favorite thing to do. Mm. But I go and I make my coffee, I drink espresso, make an espresso, and I go up and have coffee with my girls every morning.
So you actually think of your chickens like your pets then? Because you don't eat the chickens.
Oh my God,
you're a vegetarian. So.
Oh, yeah. No. They are complete pets.
That's awesome. And you raise peacocks too, don't you?
No. I originally wanted, I love the porcelain peacocks, the all white ones. Mm-hmm. And I was going to do that, but Buddha likes to play with everything, and he just doesn't understand his strength yet.
Oh, okay.
So one of my chickens got out. I'm just about to redo all of my chicken coops so I can free range them, because they really want to get out. I have a large coop, but it's just not. They want to roam. So I'm just about to fence off a whole section of my backyard so I can free range them. And I have to be really careful, because one of them got out. And Buddha, in his, just wanting to play, almost took one out. Oh. So I was like, I just want to protect my girls.
You basically have a little farm going on, it sounds like.
Yes, I call it the ranch. We call it green acres around here.
Uh-huh.
In fact, I'm trying to find a bell that when you push it, it goes da-da-da-da-da, da-da, you know.
That's perfect. That's awesome. So now, have you been a vegetarian most of your life?
Since I was 8.
Since you were 8, and you just decided as a kid you didn't want to eat meat anymore.
You know, I grew up in London, England, and going to the butcher's is quite an experience. And so I just remember being in Harrods in the food hall, and the meat section, the butcher section, was very, very long, and they have actual animals hanging from, you know, hooks. And I'll never, ever forget the smell. And I wouldn't go there. My mom and I would go round and round, and I would not go in that section of the food hall. So I would stand directly outside. And I think one day I asked my dad, well, wait a minute, what is that? And that was it. That was it. Yeah. And try being vegetarian at 8 in London, home of the meat pot pie. I really have to give major props to my mom, who never made me feel bad about it. And what she would do is she would just accommodate. She would make food for herself and my dad, and then she would just give me the portion without the meat. And she would do it separately, and she always was amazing. You know, I loved raw vegetables, and I basically existed on raw vegetables and rice and salad.
Well, that's awesome. I've seen you and your mom in pictures you post on Instagram, and you guys you can just tell how much you love each other by looking at the pictures.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
Oh, yeah, she's awesome.
I was vegetarian for 5 years, starting to go back to that. Thanks partly to you and reading what you've written, because you make even the food look gorgeous. Everything you do is beautiful.
Oh, you're so sweet. And see, my thing is that I don't have a problem eating eggs I will eat dairy because as far as I'm concerned, it's a natural thing that these animals do. My chickens are not forced, even though I say, come on, girls, they're not forced to lay eggs. So they're in a beautiful environment. They get great food. And if they lay, they lay. And if they don't, they don't. You know, they're my pets. And so for me, I have no issue in eating their eggs whatsoever. I got the evil eye from Mary Lou Henner the other night. I was out with my friend Kathy Freston, who is a vegan. And she's written 6 books. She's awesome. In fact, my first article for 90265 was on Kathy Freston being a veganist. And and so we ran into Mary Lou, and somebody said, oh, yeah, Tracey's got chickens, and she raises chickens for her own eggs. I got the evil eye, the likes of which you cannot believe. I was like, you know, that thing died for my breakfast, Mary Lou. I don't think it's an issue, you know.
Yeah, eggs don't have eyes, you know. No,
it's a natural thing. I'm not shining a light. They're not in a confined space. So I don't have an issue with it.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm just trying to justify my breakfast. I don't know.
I agree with you totally. Now, you mentioned something about no soy though, because a lot of vegetarians eat soy products.
Yeah, and I won't eat soy, and I'm gluten free, so that's why I can't do a lot of the vegan things. Right. Although Kathy and I go round and round about this as well, because she's a gluten free vegan, so I can do more of her diet, and so I love to go out with her because she always, opens my eyes to how I can change a regular dish. Like, the best thing that she ever said to me is we were at lunch one day, and I was like, oh, my God, I don't think I can eat here. If I can't eat here, because I think as a vegetarian, I have more options. Mm-hmm. And she said, no, here's what we're going to do. So she said, pick any dish on the menu and replace the meat portion with avocado. Mm. And it completely opened up so much more of a menu that I would never even look on one section. And she said, no, just do that. And most restaurants are really great and will do it.
I love avocados, and I miss California because you can always get the best avocados there.
Oh, yeah. They're amazing.
And so what is the reason you don't do soy? Because I used to always eat soy all the time when I was vegetarian to get my protein. So I'm just curious.
I just don't like it. Oh, okay. It's just me. I'm not going to say anything bad about it. Some people are fine with it. I personally don't like it. I also have a texture thing, so I will not go near tofu.
Okay, I get that. I actually like tofu, believe it or not, whether it's cooked or raw. But I'm weird, so.
No, you're not weird. I think I am. Anything that's quasi-gelatinous, I'm like, whoa.
Now, what about leather? Because I had this, I thought about vegan leather, where if you made leather out of cows that died of natural causes, and then I discovered that they actually do that now. Which
is great. This is why you are not going to see me on a PETA poster. And I think that, they're an amazing foundation. I do, I'm not going to stand on a platform and say, you need to do this, you need to do that. I do wear leather. I would clearly never wear fur, ever. So if anybody sees me in anything that looks like fur, know that it's fake. I would never wear real fur. And there are just certain things. I don't believe in torture. Part of my joke is, you eat it, I wear it. That's why I keep my mouth shut,
Well, yeah, that green leather jacket you had in The Restless, you looked really, really good in that.
I had a green leather jacket on?
Yeah.
Is it blue? Is it blue-gray?
Yeah. Oh, maybe it was blue-gray. I thought it was green.
Yeah, if it's the blue-gray one I'm thinking about, it's helmet length. It was really beautiful.
Yeah, that was really good.
But I ran into my friend Diane Warren, who she only wears vegan leather, and I email her all the vegan leather sites for the jackets, and she always has great stuff. So I'm always looking. I mean, if there's an option, I have vegan leather pants. I would absolutely go that route.
Now, is that actually, it's funny, I thought of that and I didn't know it existed, and I looked it up and there it was. So is that a newer thing that started, or?
Yeah, I mean, the great thing is that in fabrics, they're really, they're getting better and better and better. Years ago, vegan leather, you could stand it up and it looked like rubber from a tire. And now, I mean, people can't tell that I'm not wearing real leather.
That's very cool. Now, you got an Emmy pre-nom this year.
Congratulations. That was really nice. Thank you.
Congratulations. And I'm really rooting for you because you're long overdue to win another one. And
very sweet. And I was just thrilled to be part of that wonderful group of women.
Well, your performance in this past year has been awesome. I think it's some of your best work in 20 years.
Oh,
and
thank you.
So I've decided that I'm going to give out awards this year. The first annual Rad 1 Radio Best Supporting Actress goes to Tracey Bregman. So
you're so sweet.
I'm serious. I'm definitely serious. Now, I'm also really psyched that Michael and Lauren got back together and worked through it, because I think for a lot of people, they're sort of a symbol of marriage that can last. Because on soaps, marriages usually don't last more than a year or two.
And well, one of the writers actually said to me, she said, when we all think about who's the marriage you all aspire to, they said Michael and Lauren. And I was like, wait a minute, we're not even real. But no, I mean, there's just something about the way that they've written us. And, Christian is he's my work husband. If you're around us, there is that dynamic completely.
That's great. Yeah, I think, with a lot of the viewers, too, that part of the reason that storyline was so upsetting to some people is because of you two have been like the pillar of stability for marriage and soaps. Right.
Listen, Christian and I have always been all for being the happy couple. We just wanted to be the happy couple on screen. And so in doing this storyline, I know it really upset a lot of fans. But for us, we were so thrilled to have something to do and to do it together. It was great.
Right, because
so we're looking forward to the next, to what they have up their sleeve next.
Yeah, I know. I'm definitely psyched about that. And because usually it was like, you had a Sheila or Carter related storyline, and Christian was there to support you, or he had a storyline and you were there to support him. So it was nice that the two of you had like a front burner thing together. And I think Christian's a phenomenal actress, and you guys,
he's amazing.
You have a ton of on-screen chemistry, and Max looks like he could be your kid, both of you.
Oh, he's awesome. No. He is like my third son. He stays with me out in Malibu with my kids. We spend time together. We have a lot of fun. He's really a very, very special human being and a wonderful actor.
Yes, I've had a chance to talk with him a couple times. He's a great kid. And now, are you having... Last time I think you said there were possibly plans to get your line into the United States.
You know what? I was very close to doing that, and I'm going to have to work in a different way. I wasn't thrilled with the pieces that we started to work on, and I'm not going to bring anything unless I absolutely love it, and and I know that everybody else will feel the same. So until it's absolutely perfect, I'm not going to bring it in. Mm. But I will. I promise. One day, very soon, I will.
Well, that's good. You're a perfectionist. Like, I'm a perfectionist. And now you're on all kinds of social media, so people can follow you on Twitter at Tracey Bregman, and you have a Facebook fan page, Tracey E. Bregman.
Right.
And you're got the 90265magazine.com.
Right. And Instagram is tbreg. If I had been smart, everything would have been the same name. I really apologize.
That's like me. I've had to recreate accounts, and I just discovered you on Pinterest the other day because I just finally signed up for that. So you're also there, and you have boards for all different sections too, which is really cool.
Right. Yeah, I was doing that really well for a little bit until until I got the horse, and that really put me over. I'll go riding before I do anything usually.
That's great. Now, do you sing when you ride? Because you told me you used to sing when you hiked. Do you still?
No, because I find with riding, I have to be so concentrated. Dressage is so much more than I ever thought. When I was jumping, I used to look at the dressage riders and think, what are they not doing over there? It looked like no one was doing anything. And dressage is one of the hardest things I've ever learned. I have been doing it for a year, and I'm not sure I've mastered anything. I mean, I'm serious. And I ride 4 to 6 times a week. I train twice a week, and I don't think I've mastered anything. And it's hard but wonderful, and I so enjoy the connection with my horse and learning. But my mind clears. I tried listening to music once, and it just didn't work.
I could see that, yeah.
It just did not work.
Well,
so, and I like to be able to talk to my horse, and he's very sarcastic with his look. So
you're definitely in tune with the animals. That's a good.
Yeah.
So, I've always said it's a sign of it. You could always tell a person is good when animals love them.
Yeah, I absolutely love my animals.
Well, that's awesome. Now, you also one last thing I wanted to ask you about is the Ride of Fame that you have.
Yes. Oh my God! If anybody is anywhere near Manhattan, April 7th at noon, please go on Twitter to @RideOfFame, and it's all over my Facebook as well, and my Twitter. Please join me. It'll be so much fun. Gray Line Bus is giving me my own bus, so my picture will be on it, and my bus is joining Joan Rivers and Donald Trump, LL Cool J, Carly Rae Jepsen, Patrick Stewart, Rachel Ray, Susan Lucci.
Wow.
So I'm the first for the CBS soaps. And I'm very honored. So my kids are flying out with me, and we're going to do 4 days of exactly what the Ride of Fame and Gray Line Bus is about. We're going to be fabulous tourists in Manhattan.
It's a great place to, yeah. When I lived in Boston, I used to go there sometimes for a 3-day weekend and have so much fun. So definitely people who are near there should go. I would go if I were still close by. Well, that's awesome, Tracey. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. And,
absolutely. Thank you.
And I look forward to the next time. So you have a great night.
You got it. You too. Thanks. Okay. Bye-bye.
I always enjoy getting a chance to talk with Tracey Bregman. Not only is she beautiful, but she's so smart and funny and down to earth, and she's full of knowledge about all kinds of things. And I'm sure that anybody who's listening is a big fan of hers and watches The Young and the Restless. So coming up on Thursday, I have Beth Maitland, who also is on The Young and the Restless and plays Tracy Abbott. You can check out rad-radio.net and click on where it says episodes, and you can listen to the show and see all of the links to Tracy's various social media and website and the magazine that she does the column for. Thanks again. Have a good night.
This is Rad One Radio.